Welcome to Thomas, Doubting Thomas, Thomas the twin. We don't know too much about Thomas the twin as twin and why he is called twin. We always deal with the vocation of the apostles at the beginning of our account. And today there's no vocation story. And we're not surprised because the evangelists tell us that they didn't write down everything. They just wrote down some salient points that are helpful to build our faith. We would love to know all the human story, but in Thomas we have a very rich human story, but we don't know the story of his vocation, and that doesn't trouble us. We don't need to lose sleep over it. What counts is he is there. He is there, one of the 12, with the 12, in all the scenes where the 12 are. He's always on their list. I'd like to call Thomas the Paschal Mystery Apostle. Paschal Mystery is not just Easter, it's the whole process of the passion, death, and resurrection of Christ. The Passion Mystery. And we find Thomas with the disciples, and Jesus says, I'm going to Bethany to raise Lazarus, and Thomas says, let's go and die with him. What an extraordinary readiness. We're in a very different place than when Peter said, hell no, God forbid, don't talk about crucifixion. Thomas says, let's go die with him. That doesn't mean that he's going to be at Calvary when the going gets really tough, but his disposition is there. Many times we have dispositions and we're not ready to deliver. We need still more and more strengthening and preparation. And Thomas is one of us. And then we find Thomas at the Last Supper. He says, Jesus is consoling them, and he says, I'm going to the Father. Where are you going? We do not know the way. And what a beautiful text. Lord, we don't know where you're going, so how can we know the way? Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you really know me, you will know my Father as well. From now on, you do know him and have seen him. We have to say thank you, Thomas, for these incredible lines Jesus gave us. Thanks to your question. You know, our needs become occasions for God to reveal his bounty, to reveal his blessing, to reveal himself, to discover how close we are to him. That's at the Last Supper. And Thomas is missing on Easter Sunday for the resurrection. I will not believe unless I put my finger in his nail wounds and my hand into his side. I will not believe. Our famous doubting Thomas. What an incredibly human need. The challenge to believe on the word of others. The demand for signs. A feature that's often in our own lives. And then we know the great encounter. Thomas, put your finger in my hands. He had to wait a week. He had to live with that demand. And Jesus came and satisfied his demand. And Thomas, put your hand in my side. Actually, Jesus required him to do it because he no longer needed to do it. He saw him. And Jesus said, do this. See that I am truly risen. Be a witness for me. You have seen it. Your faith has been healed. You can be a help to others, a witness to others. You can teach them about the resurrection, that I am risen truly from the dead, that mercy has definitive victory. And then we find Thomas among the apostles, as always, even in Pentecost, but before that, here at the Sea of Galilee, this fisherman, born across the lake here behind my back in Bethsaida. And we see Thomas with Peter, named right after Peter, going out to fish. and he is witness to the miraculous catch of fish, 153 fish. What an extraordinary experience of Jesus risen from the dead. Come back with us for part 2 of Thomas.